I can't even speak, so I don't have any right to speak. Still, hope warms. Yep, there we go. We're already starting off early. I need more alcohol.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 4pixels. Let's get through this so we don't have to hear this wailing.
It's okay. It's.
Take me with you, please.
It probably bothers Coco more than us.
It's okay. It just sounds like me on a typical Sunday night. It's fine.
I was actually gonna make the joke. I can't believe they got this audio file of me on Sunday nights.
Is this what the curse is? What it means for all of us? That the letter not a morbid cry for help but an invitation? A beckoning for unsuspecting souls to be dragged into this place's horrors? To be put under centuries and centuries of torment and agony? Suddenly, dying a painful death seems preferable, enticing than ending up here, living a tortured existence. Or perhaps it's all the same.
Damn.
Together, Ashton and Isabella carefully made their way downstairs. However, instead of a hallway, the kitchen greeted them instead. Before they could understand what was happening, it slammed shut behind them, and the whole mansion had started to shift.
Instead of a hallway, it was the kitchen instead.
Listen, Kime. Don't drag them like that. We've already done enough of it. We've already done enough of picking on their English. It's fine.
It's okay.
I can't even speak, so I don't have any right to speak. Still, hope warms. Yep, there we go. We're already starting off early. I need more alcohol. Still, hope worms its way into me. Not a usual thing for someone like me. After going through countless doors and corridors, every little sign of hope, I'm willing to cling to. Okay. As long as it'll get us out of here. No, it just confused me.
Okay.
It was like there's too many commas in there, so it made my brain go, hold on, what? I felt like I was reading the Declaration of Independence all over again.
Literally anything I have ever written.
Yeah. You would have done well back in the 1700s. Just take a shotgun, fill it with commas, and blast out a paragraph.
Hello, my preferred literature is 19th century British literature.
Have you seen the Second Amendment? Anyway, let's not talk about that right now. We're back in the dining room again. How long have we been running? How long since we've left the kitchen? At some point, I've lost track of time. With the windows barred tight and sounds lifting in the air, nothing but shouts and shrieks is impossible to tell. Not that it matters when an end is in sight. Is it, though?
Have y'all ever played the board game Betrayal at House on the Hill?
I love it.
Nope.
That's actually my favorite board game, but that's what I've been thinking of this whole time, because the board changes every time you play it, because you draw from a tile pile.
Oh, so it works the exact same way as the Munchkin board game.
Yes. So each time you play, the mansion can change its appearance, which is great, like for replayability, because you're never on the same map twice.
Mm-hmm.
And because of how they allow you to draw the maps, sometimes you can have things like there's I want to say it's like a science laboratory or something. It might just actually be called the laboratory.
Yeah.
That can be in the basement or the attic.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just been something I've been thinking about this whole time, where it's like, oh, I guess we're in the kitchen now.
You know, Munchkin board game works the exact same way, where every time you go into a new room, that's when you pick which tile, like you draw a tile and place it down. and whatever that tile is will determine what the room is. So it could be, you know, a bottomless pit, and you fall to your death in there.
Yep.
Yay!
Or it could be a room full of treasure. It could be a potion shop. Like, you could go through an entire game and never see a merchant.
Yeah.
As well as every time the room spawns, a new monster spawns in there. So, you either have to pick to fight it or run away.
That's
And each time the monster isn't fought, it remains on the board, and then it basically gets added to the turn order. So it can move about the dungeon and then encounter other adventurers in the dungeon. I actually prefer the Munchkin board game over the regular game of Munchkin, just because I like that element of having the randomized or procedurally generated dungeon. To put it in gamer terms.
Internally
Shall-
laughing at the idea that the ghost
You
is
gamer.
following them the whole time, but because they keep moving faster, it's never catching up.
Yep. Basically, that is what's happening here. Shelves and furnishings bar the door, each stained with blood and gore, that if the situation isn't as desperate as it is, I'll find a different way out. But there's still a gap left at the topmost part for a person to go through, as long as you use the shelves to climb. I don't see any shelves. I just see
Parkour.
chairs. I just see chairs and maybe a table. I don't see any shelves. It's just like, how are you gonna climb it?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it would be easier to kind of just drop it.
Are you ready for the climbing QTE?
Oh god, this is gonna be,
Like, till done.
this is probably gonna be like the elevator QTE in all fairness.
Ugh,
If it's a climbing QTE.
ugh.
From here I can spy the familiar walls of the foyer. Relief, only relief, washes over me. Although my legs have been strained taut by all that running, and every bone and muscle in my body ache, there's only an easing.
Suck it up. Marianne has it worse.
Confirmed.
Right? All she's had is a shitty fucking protein bar to eat for the last 3 days.
Yum.
No. In the kitchen, they said something about the
Oh,
empty
that's right.
plate, so
She did get something else to eat.
yeah.
A sense of tension relieving while energy flows back through me again at the sight of an end. No sooner I'm leading us out of it. Zach helps McCullough first, assisting her up and through the gap before giving a hand to both Rebecca and Isabel. The moment the ladies are in, I nod for him to go through.
Go ahead. I'll watch your back.
Surprisingly, he does that without any protests. Not that there's any need to. Sometime after entering this room, the whole place has calmed down.
My anxiety spiked thinking about the idea of leaving Zach for last and the ghost got him. I was like, no!
Same.
Oh.
No wails, no whispers, just a silence too deafening. But I'm not letting my guard down, not until everyone's on the other side of this nightmare, safe. For all I know, this may just be a calm before another storm. Without further incident, however, Zach makes it to the other side and I'm following after him. However odd this hush is, I turn my back from it and climb up. It's a tight fit, but I manage to squeeze myself in. The unease remains, however. Don't die.
I'll try.
We don't need you dying.
You just hear this thunk, and nothing else
Like,
progresses.
no! How are we gonna continue the game?
Ghost got Coco.
Someone else is gonna have to buy it and play through it all the way up to this point.
Oh no, what a horror.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a volunteering I hear from Buttons?
Listen.
She would.
Maybe it's the adrenaline still coursing through me, or how easy everything has been after living through that nightmare, fleeting as it is. But for some reason, something's still nagging at me.
The blood on the walls?
Maybe. Call it a detective's instinct or my training or whatnot. I have a feeling something's going to happen and catch us unprepared.
Better start working on that generator then.
Unconsciously, before dropping down to the better side of the stream, my hand shifts to the gun at my hip. Instinct has never failed me before. Ooh.
Oh yeah, the Silent Hill
Nice.
style music. Nice.
My feet haven't even landed firmly on the floor when...
Had I known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would
Ooh,
have
damn.
a bottle or two.
Is that...
All these days in my own home. Can you believe it?
Probably Luke.
Is that how he's always sounded?
Yeah?
Huh. I don't know why I didn't think he would have such a high, nasally, snotty brat voice.
I feel so left out.
A chill seeps into my every vein. Nope. That's how it's being read now. I'm rewriting your game, guys. It's fine. All of a sudden, every ache, every pain returns to me tenfold, and my knees threaten to buckle at the sound of his voice. And though it appears friendly, I know it is anything but. One does not spend investigating a man like him for over a year and holding a grudge against him for more without knowing everything about him. His quirks, his habits, I'm familiar with all of them. And right now, Luke fucking Wright is beyond pissed. Shifting my gaze upwards is nearly too painful knowing the danger. Not to me, but to those who have been lured in here by the curse.
Oh,
Well then.
that's fun.
Okay, but which one is he gonna shoot?
Also, boy, your trigger discipline is real bad.
I don't think he's, intending not to shoot, so... I mean, I know you should still just not have your finger on the trigger, but... I have a feeling that he's just like, you know what? Whoever it hits is fine. In that case, turn it back on yourself. Anyway, the handgun catches my eyes first, next to that smarmy smile on his face when he holds McCullough, Zach, Rebecca, and Isabella at gunpoint. Again, you can only shoot one.
I think they did a really good job. You can kind of see that Marianne's not looking too hot.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
face is really, kind of gaunt.
She looked gaunt, and her hair is a mess, and, only thing that would have made it better is they actually made her clothes a mess, too, but, facial-wise and everything, you can tell that she is, fucked up.
Yep.
It's sight enough to lodge a painful thorn up in my throat. I've been too complacent. Too focused on other things that I've completely set aside the fact that the scumbag will not be too pleased to see us here without knowing our reasons. But even with those good intentions, curses, and ghostly apparitions aside, we're still trespassing in his home. The question is, if he's even aware that the whole of his household has somehow disappeared and he might be the only one here, besides Johannes. Likely not. Fuck. Even with people he knows among the crowd, there's a significant effort in him not to simply shoot everyone in sight.
And really, Daisy, even you, what did Kylie say?
Luke, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to us. There's something going on here.
Well, obviously, why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then? What's your excuse? Checking back if your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is this what this is?
Did it
We're
break?
doing good, by the way.
Sir, please.
Oh, please, what?
Becca's right, sir. We need to get out of this place. You need to leave.
Tut, not a good enough excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight. Don't worry, I might consider pressing lighter charges for the woman. Can't say the same for the rest of you. But really now. I swear the people of this city need to be taught the meaning of privacy. This is how you want to start the week. Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh?
Funny you should say that. Have you seen the walls lately? They've been covered in blood. Casually, he waves the handgun at them, as if it's just a mere toy and his words are no threat. The safety's off on his. Nothing's stopping him from pushing through with his words. Call me paranoid, but at the slight gesture, I draw my own and level it at him, finger on the trigger and ready to release the safety catch in case things go south.
Mm.
He's quick to train the fucking epic goddamn cavalry music. Lord!
Oh my god.
He is quick to train his own on me, though, and just like that, we're at a standstill. Though that is actually very good art of Luke right there.
Feathers,
Mhm.
manners. You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people.
Why don't you put yours down first, and then we'll talk about manners.
Oh, he talks back. The gall! You know, your kind pisses me off so much.
Shooting him right now will be so worth it, with the way he stares at me like I'm a damn pest. This isn't what I've come here for. I'm not a murderer. As much as I loathe him, I'm not the kind who will kill people in cold blood for my own gain or amusement. The law will bring him what he deserves one of these days. At the moment, however, we're all in the same boat with this curse, and he needs to understand that. The longer we stand here, the more time we're wasting and losing, something we don't have much of. But how can I convince him? This scumbag is so full of himself. He prefers to hear the sound of his own voice more than those of the people around him, no matter how much sense they make. Probably the only way I can make him listen is if I beg. No way in hell that's happening. Maybe I should eliminate the immediate danger first and disarm him? So beg him to listen or disarm him.
Wow, both of those are terrible options.
Both are
Yeah.
terrible options.
Oh.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Boy.
I would
I have a preference.
I would usually go for like beg him to listen, but I'm afraid.
See, I'm down for the beg him to listen because I feel like the disarm him is just gonna get Ashton shot. Well, I mean both are probably gonna get him shot, but
Yeah. Like, I kind of...
they're both
The
bad.
sort of thing I'm imagining if we go for like disarm is that we don't even succeed, and then later down the line he won't listen to us at some point and just like kill Ashton or something. But
These are both really bad.
yeah. Mm.
I honestly don't know.
I'm leaning towards beg him to listen.
Yeah, me too.
So, top? Is everyone okay with that?
I mean, no, but
It's just that one is like
Slightly
that,
less.
that's usually what I'll do like in games, but in this case, we know Luke, so I'm just like.
Oh, is
Should I appeal to his good side? Does he have a good side?
Oh man, guys.
If the
It is-
begging involves Hannah, then it might work, but we don't know.
That's it.
Should we just flip a coin?
Let's go
No.
to bed him to listen.
I'm going with Beckham to listen.
Okay.
All right.
I embrace my mistakes if it happens.
My life's not the only one at risk here, however. There's Zach.
Ding,
There's Rebecca.
The
Ding.
pings.
There's Isabella.
ding.
McCullough's here
Jesus
as well.
Christ.
Should have killed them all just to save us that.
Right?
But then we wouldn't have had a choice. And also,
It's still
they've ended up
ding,
with a different ending.
probably.
True.
It'd be like
And
in
maybe
memory
more.
of.
For the ghost at my back screaming at me to shoot his face.
We're all unknowing victims to this fucking curse. I'm in no position to pick who to save and who I should simply let die. I suppose my pride can take a few hits, and I can set aside my beef with this asshole. Taking a deep breath slowly, I lower my pistol. Though still on the edge and at ready, in case he does something, I do my best to assume a less aggressive stance.
Listen, right. I need you to.
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now. And you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
Suddenly, he laughs, almost howling, in fact, like I've just told him the best joke he's heard all his life. The only thing missing is for him to keel over and start rolling around on the floor, all while I do my best not to sock him with the sorry end of my pistol.
You have guts, Feathers. You have guts.
Feathers.
Did you hear
It
what
fits.
you just told me? You've just threatened me inside my own house. My own home.
What's with the aura
Thinking
around
right
him?
now?
I think that's just in the
Nuts.
back.
Or is it it's in the
Yeah, I think
background?
it's the window
That's
lighting.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In another
okay.
lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
He's right on that, at least. I might have ended up like him if I didn't have Professor Andrew, Rebecca, Zach, and Isabella. One mistake and it would have been too late for me. With his laughter ringing... What? With his laughter rings all of those possibilities I could have lived, but have never been given the choice. All because I have other people with me. People who care. A sobering realization. But not so much when suddenly his chuckling stops. In 2 heartbeats, he marches towards me, grabs my collar, and aims his gun right at my head.
Ashton! Luke, no!
Hey, now you two, I'm sure we can all talk about this first.
At this distance, a slight flick of that finger on the trigger will be able to do more than kill me.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the second time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game. Did the NCA
Second?
send you to apprehend me, or has somebody paid you off to kill me?
Yeah, I don't know.
Second time.
Hmm.
Guess we'll find out in his chapter.
Yeah, I guess.
Which one is it, Feathers? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to beat the business end of this gun.
Keep my eyes trained on him, in spite of the huge threat he poses right now. Because if there's anything people like him, like us, prefer, it's honesty. You don't give that impression without keeping a solid eye contact.
I'm not with NCA. I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
Ashton, you're not helping.
Insolent!
His finger moves, but I'm prepared. My hand ready to reach up, disarm him, and knock him out. If I have to drag him out of this place unconscious to keep him from suffering the fates of every other person who has died from this curse, so be it. However, before either of us can fire a shot or tackle the other to the ground, another voice echoes throughout the foyer. A small little thing compared to the storm raging outside. It rings above, nevertheless, causing all of us to stop and turn.
Oh!
Oh, damn!
Oh, that's good.
At
Yeah,
the top
yeah.
of the staircase, Hannah Wright stands.
That's a nice shot.
Mm-hmm. To make matters worse, that thing's behind her, menacing, a rotting hand wrapped firmly around her neck. She looks like death. Pale and shaky, eyes red with tears. You nearly don't hear her as she pleads.
Luke, help me. Please.
Outside, another streak of lightning flashes and a clap of thunder ripples across the sky. As if this whole thing can't get any more foobar than it already is.
What?
Fucked up beyond all recognition.
Oh, thank you.
Also, when that happened, we actually just got a rumble of thunder above our house, and I was like, oh, goody.
And now it's
Yay.
officially Luke's chapter.
Nice.
Well, a little early, but I think this is a good place to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.